I'm gonna give you an updated build video on how to build Aseprite. Now, you guys might remember I did one on this a long time ago, but I mean, since then things have changed and I know more. So things like build scripts and all that shit, you don't need that anymore. I think you could just run a few commands and that's it. But so this is just like a way to compile it manually, I believe. I don't want to mess with the automated build shit because something could go wrong. But yeah, so let's begin. First off, one sec. We gotta clone. We're gonna do a git clone into Aseprite, and it's also cloning all of the with this command it's going to clone and it's going to recursively update the submodules, so it's going to grab all of the different dependencies for Aseprite without you having to do anything. So I'm going to quickly skip this part real quick, so I'll tell you when it's finished, I guess. I'm gonna do a quick transition here. Okay, tani muna ito, please, Deepak.
Please. No, I'm just gonna click buy now.
No. It costs $400. $474.
Well, the other one costs 500.
Good, but this is still too much.
That's literally the price of the. That's literally way lower than the actual Switch 2 price.
Mommy. Mommy.
Marco, wait, Marco. First, look, the Switch 2 costs $499, which is 500. This one costs.
Luka, ndalo tani. Do ta vazhdoj videon.
As me let tomorrow, ja.
Mirë të bëra se jo kushton $400, 474.
Switch 2 e ka.
Ndalo tani. Okay, so now I've finished. So the next thing I'm going to do is, we already did these. If you still have the Aseprite clone, if you still have an Aseprite repository just sitting on your computer, you could copy these commands. You could, if you're already CD'd into the Aseprite folder, you don't need to do that line, but you can do git pull and git submodule update init recursive. So that's what you're going to have to do. Now, to compile Aseprite, you're going to need the latest version of CMake, the Ninja build system, and a compiled version of the Aseprite M124 branch of the Skia library. So we're going to quickly do that here for Aseprite. Pre-built binary. Yeah, there it is. So now you're going to grab one of these. I'm going to get the release ARM64 one. ARM64, you're going to want to get the MacOS versions. But if you're on, you only need to get one of these, but I recommend the release ones. But if you're on Silicon, you need ARM64. If you're on Intel, you do x64. Then you're going to open the folder here. It's going to extract all those things. And now what you're going to need to do, terminal. We're going to create a folder in our home directory called deps. CD into deps, and I'm doing another folder called Skia. That's it, yeah. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to move everything from the Skia folder to here. Boom. Oh, wait. CD Skia. I'm gonna move everything from here to right here. Skia, macOS, release ARM64. Everything's here now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to look at the build instructions again. So you need that, and you need a compiled version of the Skia library. We already did that. Now, to build it else, you're going to need the macOS 15.4 SDK plus and Xcode 16.3 minimum. So both of these are both of those are the minimum versions. But it says here older versions might work. Keyword might. So you're probably going to want a newer version. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to cd into the Aseprite folder. Make a new directory called build. I'm gonna quickly ls to make sure nothing's there. Good. And then you are going to run these two commands right here. If you're on Windows, I believe, yeah, Windows, you do these commands. Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. This is the Intel version. So these are the Intel versions of the commands. I don't need that. But if you're on Apple Silicon, you do this one. Okay. So this one is normal, and this one's Apple. No, this one's Intel, and this one's Apple Silicon. So let's begin the build. It's going to build, I believe. Yeah. So it's going to run. Yeah. So while that's happening, I am going to pause the recording, and I will get back to you once it is done. Now that we're back, you can see it says linking CXX executable bin/Aseprite. If we go into there, if we go into here, we can confirm that it is indeed Aseprite. So now, let's say you wanted to package this into a... Let's say you wanted to package this into a thing here, right? Aseprite. You want to package all of these. So what we're going to do, we're going to create a folder called MacOS. Create a folder called Contents. And we're going to create a folder called Aseprite. Now we're going to, we're going to drag all of these into the macOS folder. Yeah. Then we're going to drag the macOS folder into the contents folder. We're going to drag the contents into the untitled folder, or whatever you named it, and we're going to rename it to aseprite.app. Now, if we run it, it's Aseprite. But let's say you wanted an icon, right? So we're going to go to Aseprite icon. Let's search for Aseprite icon as an example. This, let's say, just select whatever you want. I want to go with this round one. We're going to save the image, and we're going to see the file extension. This one is a PNG, so we're going to do PNG to ICO. ICO is the icon format, so you're going to drag that in here, convert it. Okay, then you're going to go download. So there's the icon. We are going to go into, Finder, and we're going to right click on Aseprite and do get info. Then from there, you're going to drag the icon onto this little thing right here, that one. So I'm going to drag that up here and let go. Okay, that one's, whatever. But yeah, that is the icon. Let's say, I'm going to choose a different one. I'm going to choose something like this one, yeah. This one's good. 256 by 256. It's not bad. PNG to ICO, I'm guessing. Is it a PNG or is it just... Yeah, it's a PNG. PNG to ICO. Drag that in there. Get out of here. What are we going to do? ICO. Download. Now, we're going to do the same thing. Let's say you wanted... And this works for any program, by the way, so you can do this for anyone you'd like. I'm going to drag this icon up to there. And it changed it. Yeah, it's still... Whatever. I don't care about the icon much. But now if we open it, Aseprite launches. Aseprite launches. Nice. Everything works. Everything's fine. Yeah. It's literally just Aseprite. So yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed this. This is, again, a remaster version, so I'm going to put a link in the description of the old one to redirect to this one. But yeah, this one works for a ton of versions of Aseprite. It works for pretty much all of them, but this one's faster. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.